This tutorial will teach you how to use the touch sensor on the NXT. So let's take a look at this program from the top. If you've seen these kinds of programs before, then you know this kind of confusing first line sets up the sensor that you're using. So the first part here, sensor, says this is going to configure a sensor. S2 means that the sensor is going to be plugged into port number 2. So on your physical robot, it is important to remember that when you plug in your touch sensor, you plug it into port number 2. That can be adjusted, but if we don't change the program, the physical robot must correspond to the program. Touch is what we have named the sensor. Remember that whatever you name the sensor here must correspond to what it is called when you refer to it in the program. And finally, while this is merely the name of the sensor, this determines what kind of sensor it is, and it is a touch sensor. Real quickly, remember that if we wanted to adjust this, we can go to Robot, Motor and Sensor Setup, and there are the 3 tabs: Motor, Sensor, and Standard Models. We have the Sensor tab and window open, and you can see that port 2 is the touch sensor, and over on sensor type it is a touch sensor as well. So it's a little bit redundant, but that's what you do. Let's go through the program quickly. Task main means that what follows is the real program, the main program. It's always going to be there. Task main, open close parentheses. The program must be written in between those beginning and ending brackets. While is a loop that's going to repeat everything from this bracket to this bracket. So I think there's another bracket down below. So everything from here to here is going to be repeated as long as this condition is true, and true is always true, so this is another infinite loop. Now we're doing something a little bit different if you haven't seen this before. An if and an else, they go together. This says that if this condition is true, and we're using a touch sensor, so when the touch sensor value is 0, that means that it is not pushed in. And if it is not pushed in, the program is going to do whatever is in the brackets following the if statement. In this case, turn motor B on at half power. And if this condition is not true, in other words, if the button is pushed in, then it's going to choose the else condition. And in this case, motor B is going backwards. So if this program works correctly, when the button is not pushed, the motor should go one way, and when it is pushed, it should go the opposite way. That's pretty much it.